fresh out the box. Stop, look and watch. Ready yet? Get set. It's all that.
Hey guys, y'all know the vibes. OD Vibes and Me Too Live. Your favorite music influencer from the one and only Boston City of Champs, cause what we do? Win. And you know, it's Saturday. We in the building. Celtics are doing aight. Celtics doing aight right now. So, you know, I'm happy. The city's happy. But we gonna see Celtics in 7, I think. I don't know. But we in the building with Boston's favorite when it comes to DJing. And you know, he been in the game for a minute, for real, when it comes to DJing and just being in the music scene in general with Boston. Give it up for DJ Focus.
How's it going, everybody?
Period. Thank you for coming.
No doubt. Thank you for having me.
Honestly, yeah, like, I'm so glad you're here because, like, yeah, like I said, like, you know, you've been in this for a minute, especially, like, for the city. So I feel like, you know, you definitely embody, like, Boston and music. You know what I'm trying to say? Period. So you're a DJ. How did you even get into DJing and, you know?
Yeah.
Where did it all begin?
Yeah, so I got a couple DJs in my family. My uncle and my older cousin, when my uncle and my aunt used to date, they used to just always DJ, him and my cousin. I would, you know, spend the night at my auntie's, and, you know, I wake up, first thing I hear is them cutting up in the living room. So I kind of just, you know, got attracted to it as a kid, you know, started, you know, doing it by myself as I became a teenager, and I'm here now.
Period. So definitely, like, your family were, like, your inspirations for, like, DJing and stuff like that. So what type of music was they, like, playing at that time, or in a sense?
More hip-hop and rap and R&B. Mm-hmm. Yeah. About those genres. I don't really remember any other genres, but I know for a fact, maybe a little reggae and a little dancehall, but, yeah, mainly hip-hop, rap, and R&B, for sure.
Period. So, you said that you eventually started to branch out and go into DJing as a teenager.
Yeah.
So, what triggered you to, like, be like, you know what, I'm going to take that path and I'm going to start DJing for real? Yeah,
so, when my uncle and aunt got divorced, before that, he was supposed to teach me, but it just never happened. So I've always been intrigued by it, but I just never took it serious. But I just picked it up randomly one day, and I got a couple of friends that was playing around with it too. So I just picked it up myself, and again, I'm here now. So
right. So when you picked it up, like, you bought the set and stuff, or was it like how did that go about? Like,
yes. So my very first set was the Newmark mix track. You know, for DJs, they know what that is. It actually wasn't mine. So I had a friend that was like, he like tried to DJ. He was like playing around with it, and then like I guess he like forgot it at my house or something, and he just never asked for it back. So I just ended up keeping it. So I just, you know, practiced on that until I got better.
Very. So practice. So you very, like, self-taught. Because, you know, nowadays people can go on YouTube and just search up, like, you know, certain things of how to do, like, how to DJ or how to be a DJ. So for you, it literally was just one of those things where you were just trying different stuff out and stuff like that. That's cool. So how old were you about that time in that era?
I was 16.
Okay, so at that time, when you were like at that time, were there like any other, like, in a sense, DJs, in a sense, that you were kind of like inspired by or like studied or like any of that sort of nature? And then also, like, your friend was a DJ, or he just had the set? No,
he just had the set.
Oh, wow.
Just a guy I used to be cool with. Don't really talk to him, not too much now. I really lost track of him, but yeah. The DJs I used to look up to, Definitely Gertie. Gertie
Okay,
knows.
yeah.
DJ, my guy, DJ Gertie. Shout out my guy. Happy birthday to us. His birthday today.
Oh, wow. Shout out Gertie.
Shout out my guy, Gertie. ATL was one of them.
Okay,
and,
I remember that.
And AJ Everfrost from Street Vibes. Those are the top 3 DJs. Was like, I remember their mixes on YouTube and, you know, kind of looking up to them as I was a young DJ. So, yeah, those 3, I would say.
That's dope. And you know what's even doper? The fact that they're from Boston. And
they're all from Boston.
So that's dope. That's wow. That's dope. So yeah, let's talk about, you know, the Boston music scene and the Boston DJ scene. Something that I find very unique with Boston DJs, and especially around that era of, like, you know, that teenage era, because, like, I remember you obviously, like, going to parties and stuff like that. And, like, obviously you were, like, one of the top, like, 10 DJs, like, okay, like, do down the line, like, that is, like, you know, who I know. And also on top of it, like, let me just take it back. So, hip-hop, DJs were originally, like, the promoters. Yeah. Like, beginning of time. So, it's just crazy how sometimes I think about how, like, people really used to go to parties just because of the DJ. Yeah. You know what I'm trying to say? So, tight timing. So, like, I just thought that's cool. But, yeah, so back to what I was saying in terms of, like, the Boston music scene, especially DJ scene being so unique, is the fact that there were teams and, like, different type of stuff kind of like that. Can you, like, talk about that kind of? Yeah. I don't see that nowhere else. So I just, like, we're so unique for that.
Yeah. I mean, there's still, there's sounds in different places, but I don't know, with, like, you know, Boston's really known as, you know, like, for schools and health and everything. So, like, for sure, when people hear about Boston, they're like, oh, Boston, you know, that's, people go to Harvard there and all these other stuff, you know, people don't really think about the DJ scene, but I feel like we got we're really underrated when it comes to DJing. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, like, so you're basically trying to say, like, those sounds, because, like, I don't know, there just used to be, like, so much sound. So that's, like, a common thing that happens. Like,
yeah, it's in different, like, states and countries and everything, too. Yeah.
That's cool. So how do you feel like Boston sound and DJs are different, though?
What do you mean, from other places?
From other places, yeah, sure. Or, like, what's, like, unique about us that you feel like?
I feel like we're very versatile. Like, you know, obviously there's so many people in the world. So technically speaking, everybody's versatile from, you know, New York, Miami, ATL, et cetera, right. You know, UK and Canada. I do feel like we're very versatile. Like, I know some DJs that can run everything from, like, hip hop all the way down to top 40 and, you know, EDM and all these crazy genres and subgenres, rock, metal, all this type of stuff. So, I just feel like we're very unique. Like, even subgenres of certain genres, like soca, like, there's a lot of subgenres, like different country, you know, little islands and everything. Like, right, I feel like
we have a big island community, especially here too.
I just feel like Boston is very unique as in terms of the versatility.
Yeah, there's so much diversity here, so I can definitely agree. Being in, like, there's so much different pieces. Like, you can find a little bit of everything everywhere, for real. So I still kind of want to bring it back to, like, the teams and stuff like that. So how was that, like, experience, like, being a part of a sound at such a young age, like, you know, and, like, being a part of sound at such a young age. Yeah,
it was fun. It was fun for sure. Shout out to Crown Sounds, you know, my first sound, and then Tribal Sounds, my last sound. It was fun. It was really fun. It taught me how to, like, work with people. I've always been a good person to work with. You know, it's not really hard for me to work with other people, but it taught me at a young age, like, you gotta, in order to make the dream work, you need teamwork. So, it just taught me at a young age that you gotta have teamwork in order to really make it.
That's facts. That's fair. And I definitely can agree with you with that. And it's forever a journey learning that, even with myself, like, 2 heads are better than 1. Yeah. And, like, you know, you need all of us to succeed and go up. So I definitely agree and can relate to that. What's your favorite type of, like, genre, in a sense, to DJ and, like, stuff like that? Because I feel like I said, I remember you def DJing, like, soca and all that, like, back in the day. But, like, you know, obviously. Yeah, so.
I want to say hip-hop and soca. Obviously, I'm African-American, so a lot of people think I'm Caribbean because I know how to run Caribbean music, but I'm African-American, Puerto Rican. Hip-hop, for the simple fact, I feel like I can control any crowd. I just feel like I got a chokehold on any crowd, you know, when I'm DJing, and my full potential when I'm running, you know, some of the hardest hip hop tunes. And then soca, I just like the reaction I get from people. You know, like I like the way Caribbean people party. So yeah, it's just, you know, seeing people react when I drop a certain song when I play soca. So it's just fun. So yeah, hip hop and soca.
Period. Okay, so obviously there's different also type of events. So what type of events are your favorite? And I see, like, you know, obviously do the nightlife, do the parties, do the college. So like, yeah, talk about like how that is and like how that whole experience is as well.
Yeah, my favorite type of events are the big ones. July 22nd, I believe. I'll be in Connecticut for Fetchilla.
Oh wow.
If you want to check out my page at DJ_Focus_ on Instagram, you'll see a video of me DJing 2 years ago. But those type of big events, like I'm talking like 2-3K plus, like those type of crazy events, like and just, you know, being able to run one song and just turning the whole crowd up. Those are definitely my type of fun events.
Period.
Also, too, I like brunches. The brunch vibe is really fun because I get the range from all the way from hip hop, you know, down to R&B and run some Caribbean music, run a little top 40, a little Afro. It's definitely fun, but I would say those type of big events, like concert type events, and then brunches. Those are probably my two type of favorite events as of right now.
Period. Period. And I feel like, yeah, like kind of what we were talking about on social media or like earlier this week, like I definitely feel like brunches and that type of vibe is definitely becoming way more like popular now and stuff like that. So how do you even go about like bookings and stuff like that? Kind of, because like, I don't know, I'm just curious.
For myself or?
Yeah, like for yourself and stuff like that. And like, how does it even in a sense work? Like,
yeah, you know? I mean, it's pretty easy to book me. A lot of people have different processes, you know, got to go through a manager or assistant or so. I mean, it could really just be as simple as you contacting me on, you know, a social media platform. We discuss details about, you know, what you need, what type of music, price, time, admission, venue, all those type of things. And, I mean, we discuss those and you get to book me, really. I don't really make it too complicated. You know, it's not, you know, I don't want to hassle nobody or anything or make it difficult to book me, you know. It's like I said, just discuss the details, you know, talk everything down, and then, you know, we come to a compromise and, you know, get to book me.
Period. Book 'em. Period. Yeah, so can you talk about kind of like the challenges and stuff like that of like the challenges and like rewards of being a DJ and like just in general, like being a DJ as an entrepreneur, because like technically you've been an entrepreneur since you were 16, you know, and sometimes I feel like that's kind of overlooked, like as a DJ, you know, sometimes, you know.
Definitely the challenges is the politics, a lot of politics in the DJ world. I know a lot of people see it as just us on a laptop and some turntables and it's just that. But yeah, the politics for sure. Just DJing in general. People don't realize.
Wait, sorry. What do you mean by politics? Because like,
you know, there's a lot of chatter and you know, things going behind people's backs and everything. You know, he says, he said. I'm picking this guy, this, that. It's just a lot of. It's kind of. I always compare the DJ game to the hip hop game. It's kind of, you know, just so people can understand what I mean by that. So if you think about the hip hop game and all the politics, like
heavy competition,
like it's
trying to like
it's like that. Yeah, it's literally just like the hip hop game, I would say. Another challenge, like I said, just DJing in general. Like people don't understand. Like, yeah, it's all stored on a laptop, but like you got to think like I got to play music for 4 hours straight, standing on my feet, like, you know, like I love it to death, but I'm just saying, like, for the people that don't understand like how tough it is, like you have to be mentally strong too, like people really come down on you hard when you don't satisfy their needs, so like you really got to be tough skinned too. That's another challenge for DJs. Just you have to have thin skin. Honestly, if I didn't have thin skin, I probably would not be here because I didn't hurt it all, you know. So
no, I feel you. Yeah, that's messed up. I hate when stop coming up to the DJ and tell him what he play. He's filling out the crap. Okay, but how do you feel about that? How do you feel about people coming up to you telling you like,
requests?
I want this. I want
I don't mind requests. I think that the funny thing about requests, it's always out of the range of the music you're playing. So when you're DJing, there's a thing called BPM, beats per minute. So I can be at a slower pace, like 90 BPM, which is more on the slower side. And someone that asks for a song, let's say, for example, I'm trying to think. Let's say, for example, "So What" by Sierra at Field Mob. That's like more of 125 BPM, and it's a lot faster than a song that I'm playing at 90. So it's just funny how people come up, "Oh, can you play this?" And it's just like, I always tell them, I'll try to work it in because that's not where I'm at right now, So,
Right. Oh, wow.
But yeah, I don't mind. Like I said, I don't mind requests. I just kind of wish people would act. I mean, they don't know about the BPM, but it would just be around the range that I'm playing at.
No, fair. That's fair. That's wow. I never knew. I understand when something's too fast, too slow, but
that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. Someone that asks for a fast song and you're playing slow right now, trying to warm up and everything.
Right, trying to transition into it. And I feel like it's almost I don't know, literally vibrations. I don't even know how to explain it, but it's how there's, I don't know, but how certain things affect you. So it's I could definitely see how that drastic switch could
it's
whoa.
Yeah, you can't do that. You could, I mean, if you do, usually as DJs use our sound effects, talking to a mic or echo out, or use a certain effect.
Right.
But I mean, you can't be doing it 90 to 120, then 120 to 140, and then jumping back and forth. You can't do that because it's just going to sound all over the place.
Period. So I also been seeing you doing oh my God, one of the favorite things that you recently done was I'm just trying to party. I don't know, that was fun, cool and stuff like that. So how has it been online presence and just your online presence as a DJ? How do you go about that and stuff like that?
It's fun. I'm still learning. To post more content and everything. I mean, it's fun though. It's fun to post online. Just have to be consistent, or people will really forget about you. I try to stay as relevant as I can. I've been in the game for a long time, so people could really forget about you and be like, "Oh, he's been around. I don't want to hear this guy no more." But yeah, I mean, it's still a challenge, but I'm still learning. Trying to fit what's for me. Still learning about the algorithms and everything. It's switch every 2 seconds.
Literally.
So
No, literally.
Yeah. I would say it's fun for the most part. Challenging, but fun.
Okay. Couple of things. I just want to say, how did you even come up with your name Focus? I should ask you that way earlier, but yeah.
Before, so the thing, I just a little gem with DJing. I mean, if I had to give advice for young DJs, just to, get it out the way, I would say party first. So you can understand how it is in the party goer's standpoint. So I used to party before I DJ'd, and I used to dance a lot, and I guess I was dancing with someone, and I got a lot of people was like, "Oh, he's so focused. And if you look at me, obviously I know other DJs look focused too, but if you really look at my face, I'm really determined. You can't talk to me, nothing. I'm focused on DJing. So
period.
That's where the name Focus came from.
Period. And how also would you say, obviously, you said, I get it. It's natural. It's natural you to be focused. But in general, I feel for something with me, branding is such a big thing. Obviously, vibes. I'm just trying to, present to people, be positive. And I feel when I think of focus and you DJ Focus, you said, it reminds me of sticking to the goal, being goal driven.
Yeah.
I'm trying to say being also taken in a stance of professionalism, respect. So what would you say is kind of how I said, obviously natural to stay focused, but how would you in a sense give advice for people to stay focused and stuff like that? Because in general, just everything that happens in the world, you can get distracted.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get it.
You really got to knock out the outside noise. I know a lot of people DJ. It also depends on what people DJ for. I know a lot of people DJ for, fame and money and, clout and all these other things. Some people do it for the love of the money. I mean, for the love of the game. I would really say just knock out the noise and just keep practicing. And again, no pun intended, but stay focused. You literally, that's what the word focus is for. You have to stay focused and remain on the main goal. Yeah.
Just got to stay focused. G Herbo. So I remember you talking about stuff of traveling. You've traveled for DJing and stuff like that? Okay. So I feel like sometimes with being like a person of influence or like a person who, in a sense, you are kind of needed in your city.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? Because like people rely, like when they think, I don't know, you're needed in your city. So, but you know, there's also the talk of like having to go away to, in a sense, like come up. How do you feel about that with DJing? Like, do you like, in a sense, being local? Do you want to go global? Like, how do you like, in a sense,
The main goal is to go global, international. That's my top goal, to be a consistent international DJ.
Period.
But I don't mind being local. You know, I'll never forget Boston. Like, you know, I would be nothing without Boston. You know, the people that booked me early on, and you know, the DJs I was around early on, and learning from all these DJs and different people. But yeah, the main goal is to go international.
Period. Understandable. So I kind of want to take it back a little bit because you know I like throwbacks. We're gonna take it back to SoundCloud days. Are people mixing days and stuff like? I mean, people still make mixes and stuff like that. Period. You still make mixes?
Yeah, I'm actually coming out with one pretty soon.
Oh, period.
Yeah.
So do you SoundCloud as that platform?
Yeah, more SoundCloud. There's other ones like Mixcloud and everything. But in Apple Podcasts, you can upload stuff.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but yeah, mostly SoundCloud. I'm trying to branch out, so I might end up on Apple Podcasts and a couple other things, platforms.
Okay, what differences have you noticed though from like SoundCloud old times and new times, or just in general making mixes? Like, what do you notice like have been the differences and stuff?
Oh, that's kind of hard to answer. I don't want to say there's not too many different. Maybe, you know, not couple, but you know, people have kind of died off from that, like listening to mixes. But still, at the same time, like, you know, like there's always a point in time where you can listen to a mix on your way to a party, on your way from work, going to work.
I listen to like it's crazy you mentioned the Apple mixes because I actually listen like literally on my way here. I'm listening to Apple mixes, but yeah, continue.
Yeah, yeah, I don't want to say there's not too many differences. I would say people have died off from listening to SoundCloud heavy from back in the day, but people still listen. You know, there's always a point in time to listen to a mix. You might go work out, on your way home, going home, going to work, going to see a boo or something, you know. So,
right. Yeah, needed.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of tough to answer because I notice a difference. It's like a decline, but it's not like fully dead, you know? Like, I still listen to mixes, too, you know, like some of my favorite DJs, Puffy, Private Ryan, they still draw mixes. So,
period.
Yeah.
Right. And I feel like, honestly, coming upon that, branding, once again, like, obviously, I feel like it's a whatever thing where, like, if the music in the mix sounds good, I'm going to listen to it. Because I feel like back in the day, that definitely was what it was. Obviously, it's easier to just listen to an Apple mix because it's, like, it's on Apple and it's, like, that's like whatever, it's the platform I use. But just again back to like branding and stuff like that, like I feel like when you like if you were to drop a mix, even though it's on SoundCloud, because you've built like such a I feel like great brand, people are gonna just gravitate towards it. Like, oh, okay, like I know his worth and value of like what he can do with DJing, so yeah, I'm gonna still go and listen to it, you know. Have you ever considered also making like playlists and stuff, or do you do that? Or is that like too often?
What do you mean, like as in terms of
like
just like a Apple playlist or
something? I don't know, and like share it.
I could. It's not really been on my mind, but I could. I mean, I'll probably consider it since you brought it up. But
because I know some DJs they sometimes like do that type stuff where it's like
like you know top 25 hardest new songs, right?
Sometimes,
like that.
Sometimes
I'll probably consider it, but I haven't thought about it. But you know, since you brought it up, I'll probably consider it for sure.
Period. And where do you think the future of DJing? Oh, wait, actually, where do you think the future of DJ is going? And like, where do you think the future of DJ is going? I'm gonna bring that up first.
Honestly, I don't know where DJ is going, to be honest. Now, there's a new update on Serato. It's been out a couple months now.
Okay.
The platform that most DJs use, Serato, is different ones, but Serato's like the top one. It's like Apple. But
so is this where what does Serato do? Because like,
Serato's how you play the music. It's the music platform. The music platform for us DJs. But there's a new update that's been out a couple months now where like you can turn every song into like, you can like cut any song up. Like you can drop the acapella, instrumental, you can just do drums and bass. Like it's a crazy update. Like it's turned every DJ up a notch, you know, like you get to be so creative now. And it's kind of like, you in the studio, kind of, like you know, as an engineer. Yeah. Like Pro Tools, like you get to strip everything. Like this is like a free app. Like you can buy turntables and then download it for free. And you can do that. Like it's crazy. But probably expanding on that. But I don't know. I mean, maybe touchscreen. I mean, there's mixers with touch screens on it, but it's very minimal. It's not. You can't do too much on it. But I don't know. Maybe touchscreen controllers and everything. I have no clue.
Do you think AI is going to jump into the whole DJ mixing scene?
Honestly, it probably will fall. You know, it seems like the AI is becoming a very strong thing.
Right.
But I wouldn't doubt it. I don't know, but I probably wouldn't doubt it.
Right. AI, like, what? Period. So, how do you go about... No, actually, I'm not going to say it. I was supposed to be like, how do you go about getting music? I don't know if that's bad.
No, that's a good question.
Okay.
So I pay for my music. I pay $20 a month. There's like music pools. So like they drop everything: hip hop, R&B, throwbacks, dembow, reggaeton, soca, Afro beats, everything. So you could also, I mean, you're not really supposed to, but you can strip it from YouTube. But as I've became a better DJ, you're better off doing it from the pool, because these are like official records. And as you get up in the ranks of DJing and like being around certain DJs, like your ear is so good, you can hear the difference between a YouTube quality song and a DJ pool song.
Right.
So I don't play about my quality, you know, like I like everything top quality. So I pay for my music and I download off of that.
Period. So that's an investment. And I feel like, so like, I feel like that's a good investment. That's a smart investment. That's what you should be doing. Are there any other type of investments that you've had to make, in a sense, being a DJ?
Probably just my equipment. I'm, you know, looking into other things that can enhance me. But, I would probably say my equipment.
Okay, so what are some of your, like, favorite memories in general of, like, DJing and stuff like that?
My first Soul Fest at Amherst. That was a good one. Shout out to Lydia. She used to be the advisor at UMass Amherst, but she moved. I got booked to DJ the Cookout. If you know about
Blackout.
Soul Fest. It used to be called Blackout, but they wanted to be called Soul Fest.
Nice.
But if you know about Blackout at UMass Amherst in Massachusetts, but I got booked to do the Cookout, and I wasn't on the big party, the big concert. So I DJ'd, and she told me, like, if you play good enough, you can DJ the big party. And I'm not gonna lie, I really played, like, really, really good. Like, I upped my game, and she told me, like, yo, you can DJ the big party, and I DJ'd the big party, and it was just surreal.
Period. Yeah, I feel like DJing at schools is always like a vibe.
Yeah,
I feel like, because like obviously like energy, college students and stuff, it's just a vibe. Like, love college, love parties and stuff like that. So, yeah, I could definitely see that. Well, before we close out, do you have any, like, good vibes of wisdom to, like, give people? You know, you've been definitely dropping gems, and I feel like this whole episode, but it's, like, any last words of good vibes of wisdom? And this can be to anyone, future DJs, Boston, or just, like I said, anyone in general.
I would probably say future DJs, just don't get discouraged and keep practicing, like, literally. I know it's cliche and cheesy to say, but I used to be that guy, like, yo, like, I used to see other DJs and not get booked and be like, yo, why am I not getting booked? And, like, I put in the hard work, and, you know, I became a household name. So just keep going, keep practicing, and being around the right people, and you'll blossom.
Period. That's facts. Well, thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Thank you for coming. All the vibes when you're looking for vibes.